My first Call of Duty game that I ever played, the first one ever in history that I actually touched, sat down, and played, was Call of Duty 2 Big Red One. And the biggest thing that caught my attention about this game was the amazing campaign that it had. I mean, the campaign for Call of Duty 2 The Big Red One, not only did I get emotional when certain characters would die, but I was stuck to that campaign. I replayed that campaign about 3 or 4 times. It was addicting, it was fun, it was a great campaign. And I still remember so clearly this one part of the mission. I don't remember which mission, I don't remember the character's name. I mean, come on now, this is Call of Duty 2 The Big Red One. This was ages ago. But I remember this one mission where one of your squad mates goes to breach the door. And once he breaches it, he just gets shot like 50 times in the chest and flips over the staircase and falls to his death. He's dead, right? And I swear to God, I replayed that mission. I stopped right there and then. I stopped the whole campaign. And I went back to the same mission about 4 times because I was determined to save this man. I was like, no, this can't be the end of this dude. I have to save his life. That's how emotionally attached I was to these characters. I haven't felt like that in a while for Call of Duty. And Call of Duty used to have that good touch back when the developers actually had control of the wheel for the games they were making. Now fast forward to a game like Call of Duty 4. Let's just completely skip the original Call of Duty 2 and Call of Duty 3. Even though they grounded a lot of the multiplayer experiences that we all know and love, I would say Call of Duty 4 started it all. It started everything that we know to multiplayer that we are playing nowadays. And Call of Duty 4 was an outstanding game back then. Yes, it was cheesy, but the player base was different. It's not as try-hard, it's not as sweaty as it is now, where people are going to be head glitching with the M16s all day. It was a lot more fun of experience, and yes, it was still people head glitching with the M16s every once in a while, but it was a lot more casual, and it was more fun to play. But that game had content, and it was fun. And it was one of those games that I didn't need them to add any more content to it to pretty much continue playing their game. I didn't need a monthly update, which they didn't have back then. They released the game, and all there was DLC maps, and we were still able to enjoy games like this. We didn't need anything additionally added afterwards to keep us playing their title. You know, we were able to play this game for the full year. Shoot, I know people who are still playing it to this day. I'm still playing it to this day. The original Call of Duty 4, not the remastered version. I'm still playing Call of Duty 4 if the lobbies are still populated. It's very hard to find a game, but I mean, come on now. All these years later, and this game is still a blast to play. Now, I don't know if any of you guys heard about this, but if you didn't, well, here you go now. Now, Kotaku actually released some more information about Activision and how they're handling everything with their games and their studios. Now, you heard their EA report and all that stuff. I think it was EA, right? It was for Anthem, and how they're all being pushed and crunched, and how they didn't even work on the game when I think that 10 plus years to make Anthem. But they didn't even start the game years and years later on in the cycle. But now they're talking about Activision and what Activision is doing with their Call of Duty titles. And this blows my mind, and it just opens the door, and it just opens my eyes to seeing what's happening to this franchise. And sadly, they're killing it off. They're completely killing off Call of Duty, and this is the last thing I want to see. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I've been playing Call of Duty since the Big Red One. I love Call of Duty. It's one of those games that I can never get tired of. The formula is there, it's perfect, it's fun, and yes, I'll rage every once in a while, I'll get pissed, but doesn't every Call of Duty player? Don't we all get angry? Don't we all say, yo, that guy said, I mean, I'm a sweat. I personally, I will agree, I will say right here, I am sweaty as hell. But I, myself, will sit here and call other people I'm versing who whoop my ass sweaty too. You know, it's just something that we say. Us as Call of Duty fans, we naturally get angry, I guess. But Activision is handling their games very poorly. Not just their games, but the workers as well. The people who test out these games, the people who test out the bugs and try to make sure we get the most complete experience, have horrible hours. They're crunching in like almost, what, I think it said 70 hours total all the time, weekly. I'm like, oh my god, these dudes are like working their butts off to get these games complete for Activision, and they don't even get the same benefits as these developers. They don't get to go to the same parties. They don't get to eat at the snack tables and all these things, and they might sound small and corny, but when you're working at a company, you expect equal treatment. You want to be able to talk to everybody else. You want to be able to, enjoy all the other benefits that these other workers are getting. You want to be part of the community. You work with them, so you want to be considered one of them. But that's not how they're being treated. They're being treated poorly. They're being treated like crap, and that's wrong. But that's not even the point that I'm trying to make here. We all know these situations. We all know it's bad that people get overworked and that people get treated horribly in the workplace. But today's video is not about the workers, it's about us, the community for Call of Duty, and what's happening to our video game. And for those who don't already know, Activision and Treyarch tried to completely cover our eyes for the truth of what Black Ops 4 was supposed to be. This game was supposed to have a campaign. It wasn't supposed to have this Battle Royale in it. It was supposed to have a campaign, and it was supposed to be an open world campaign. Can you imagine a Call of Duty game with an open world campaign? Now, a lot of people probably wouldn't like that, the core Call of Duty audience, but that would branch out to a lot of different people. That would branch out to tons of people, because there's a lot of people out there who enjoy these open world campaigns. I mean, Battlefield players would enjoy that. PUBG players would enjoy that. Rainbow Six Siege players would enjoy that. There's tons of different communities who would have came to the Call of Duty side and would have populated our servers because of an open world campaign. Or just a campaign in general, man. But instead, they completely scrapped it because Activision told them to. Because Activision said it was bad, that people didn't enjoy it, and that they needed to replace it. Now Treyarch panics. They completely panic, and instead of rolling with their original idea and trying to come up with something different with the stuff that they already have, they scrapped it and said, what's the easiest thing that we could possibly come up with that could replace a campaign? Oh, I know, Battle Royale. There you go. All we need to do is just code in a circle that, slowly close every like 3 to 5 minutes, and then add a bunch of random weapons around, add some, different areas to the map, and you're good. We're set. That'll take like, 1 to 2 months tops, and we can get this Battle Royale in the game, and we're set. That's what happened. So this game isn't even what it's supposed to be. Activision has every last say in it. The developers have no say. They don't control what they want to make. They had a vision. They had a complete vision for Black Ops 4. And if they pushed through with that vision, this could have been a banging game. This game could have been awesome if Treyarch was allowed to fulfill their vision that they had for this title. But Activision won't allow that. They will never allow anybody to make what they want. Now, one of my friends and I were actually talking a little while ago about this. About Activision and their other titles. Now, a lot of you guys probably know this already, but Destiny actually was able to get out of Activision's grasp. So they're not part of Activision anymore. So Bungie has complete control over their game now. They have complete say of what they want to do with Destiny. And once that happened, once Activision dropped everything and said, here, Bungie, Destiny is your game, the game becomes free to play, PvP got a complete rework, exotic rewards are more common, and he also told me that DLC prices aren't as high anymore. And this is coming from a person who loves Destiny. I don't play Destiny too much, but my friend loves it. He enjoys it a lot. So you let me know about all these details, and that's a lot of good things. I mean, the game is free to play. DLC prices dropped. They're reworking the game. They're fixing the game. I mean, they're doing everything that Call of Duty should be doing. But guess what? Call of Duty is still under the nasty little fingers of Activision, and Destiny is finally free. Now, Modern Warfare is right around the corner. And God, oh God, we need a game. We need one game. Just one game that we can all play and actually be happy with. It's been so long since a Call of Duty game has actually impressed a bunch of us. I mean, I prefer World War II right now. I've been going back and playing World War II because World War II is so much more fun than Black Ops 4 at the moment. The time to kill is good. The DLC weapons are easier to get. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a blast with World War II. But now Modern Warfare is around the corner. We haven't seen any gameplay of it, so they're trying to keep the hype up, you know. They're not trying to expose too much because I know their plan right now. They know for a fact once the gameplay comes out, everybody's going to be talking about it, the word will spread, and then everybody will get bored. and nobody want to talk about it anymore until the game actually releases. So they're trying to keep the hype up. They're trying to keep us interested in this title until it drops. And for once, it seems like the developers are actually controlling the game. It seems like Infinity Ward has full say of what's going on with this game. Either that or Activision has some brilliant marketing plan. But I think Infinity Ward finally has something to do with this game. Finally, a development team can control what's going on in this game. And if they do have full control, I have really high hopes for Modern Warfare. Because not only, even if the game releases bad, they will be able to fix it. They will be able to do what we want. I mean, the number one community that I like in the gaming community is Battlefield. Battlefield's community is so good because they listen to their fans. They listen to the smaller community, the people who don't have a voice. They still listen to them, and they give them a voice. And that's what I love about Battlefield, because no matter how small you are, how big you are, they listen to all of our opinions, and they implement it in the game. They don't just listen and say, oh, yeah, that sounds pretty cool, and then ignore it for 5 more months. No, they put it in the game. They fix the things that need to be fixed. They add what needs to be added, and they remove what needs to be removed. And that's what I love about the Battlefield community. But now it's time for Call of Duty, and it's time for them to step up to the plate and finally take charge for this game. And as long as Activision doesn't screw over this game, as long as Activision doesn't make them completely, scrap their process, then I have hopes for this game. Just as long as they didn't say, oh yeah, you were working on this campaign for 2 years, scrap it. Everybody hates it. We need to do something else. As long as they don't do anything stupid like that, and they put these development teams in a frenzy, and just crunch time is overwhelming, these things will destroy a game. If these developers feel stressed, if these developers feel rushed, if they feel like they need to push their product out faster than they need to get it out, then the game will come out bad. That's just facts. That's just how it's going to be. But if they feel comfortable with their title, if they feel like they have all the time to do it, if they feel like they're running on a good schedule, they're not being too crunched out for these hours to get this game out the door, then it's going to be a good game. I have high hopes for this thing. That's going to sum up this video, everybody. Like I said, I have very high hopes that Activision is not going to destroy Modern Warfare. I think they learned their lesson and they see that they are completely screwing over every single game that they touch. But don't forget, they are a huge corporation. They are a business. Money is their number one move. Money is their number one motive. So as long as they're making money, they should be happy. But you just got to hope they're not grasping for more money. They're probably going to be putting so many microtransactions in this game that it's going to destroy it. But as long as Infinity Ward knows what they're doing and they could work around it, they give us enough content, enough things that we can enjoy, I could deal with a few microtransactions. Just no pay-to-win weapons, none of that bull crap. Just give us the content, give us the guns, give us the maps, give us the fun things, and just make us pay for skins for our characters or skins for our guns. I wouldn't care for that. You know what I'm saying? Just give us enough stuff in the game to do so it feels like I have $60 worth of a game instead of a $20. I mean, shoot, Battalion 1944, $20, and it has more content than any of the recent Call of Duty games. Blows my mind. I don't know how, but that's just how Call of Duty is nowadays. But I just want to thank Thunder. Thank you so much for hooking me up with another spot on your channel. I really do appreciate it. Every single time that you put me on this channel, it feels super good to be able to talk to these amazing people. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to Thunder's main channel, 402 Thunder 402. It would really help him out with all that stuff going on over there. Put some fire content. And also, if you enjoyed the content that you see today, you could always check out my channel as well, J-Bone Demand. You can always catch me on there with all my commentaries or live gameplays, whatever you want to watch. You can catch me on there. And also, make sure you subscribe to ThunderstruckGaming, the channel that you're watching this video on right now. It's awesome, and it's a way to help out the community. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and hopefully, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.